Go.
Well, hello there, everybody, and a very warm welcome to the Patricia Iris Kerins show. And tonight we have spiritual question time, which is always good fun. We never quite know what we're going to be saying, but we know it'll be riveting. So hang in there for the full time, and because we're going to have some fun, I suspect. Anyway, introductions first. We have the lovely Sarah Jane with us again this evening. One of our regulars, and of course she is the founder of the Gift of Healing TV, and so we're very grateful to her for providing a wonderful platform for so many wonderful messages going out worldwide and from spiritual teachers from all over the globe. So it's lovely to have you with us, Sarah Jane. Hi there.
Hi, I'll go full screen. I'll go screen bigger later.
All right, okay. Well, we can see you anyway. We know you're here, which is great. And also, I'm joined by my husband, Bill Kerins, and he was indeed with us last time too. And Bill is the director of Kerins Inspirations, and basically he delivers training, inspirational training for the 21st century, and it's all about hypnotherapy. It's all about mind factor for golfers. Now, I have to share this with you. He got a hole-in-one last week, so big celebrations. And of course, he's only been playing golf for 2 months, and everybody's saying, oh, you know, all this visualization and everything you do, it must be working. So if there are any golfers out there, this is your man. He can teach you how to get a hole in one. That's the theory.
In theory, yeah.
In theory. So, you know, we're just delighted, all of us, to be here tonight to share the love, just to share some fun and laughter. And Sarah Jane always speaks to me maybe about 2 or 3 weeks prior, and she'll say, okay, what are your subjects? What are we going to talk about? And I don't know, I'm a great one for alliteration, and I use this phrase a lot, and I thought, oh, this will be really good. This will bring out some interesting points, because we'll give our different points of view. So I came up with power, purpose, and passion, the 3 P's, all the P's. And what I thought might be quite interesting to do is really just go around each one of us and just say to Sarah, to Bill, what does this mean to you? What, for example, comes into you when we say purpose? How do you react to that? What could you share with our beautiful listeners that might just help them a little? And then we'll move on to power, we'll move on to passion, and let's just hang in there and see what we have to share with you. So, okay, guys, brace yourselves, because here we go. Somebody out there asked us to sing a song, but we've decided to pass on that. We might feel more like singing towards the end, who knows. But let's look at purpose first. Sarah Jane, you can go full screen on purpose. What have you got to tell us?
What have I got to tell you on purpose?
There we go.
What do you...
I'm not seeing you.
Oh, well,
yes, I am.
I am. I'm seeing me, so that's what's being recorded, I hope. I hope you can still hear me. Purpose. Yeah. I suppose there are different views that people have on what the word purpose is. We talk about our life purpose, and then we say, well, what's the purpose of this and what's the purpose of that? And it's different for everybody. And life purpose, it's just like, well, what do you want to do? What calls you? What draws you? And some of us are actually getting on in years before we get a sense of what our life purpose may be. But I don't actually think it's one thing, because we have a purpose right from from being born, and from pre-birth, from preconception, because there are many, many experiences that go on in our lives. And every aspect of our life has a purpose. And when people say, oh, and I've said it, oh, I've wasted so many years. No, you haven't. Because the experiences you had in those years serve a purpose. You know, why didn't I find the therapies and what I'm doing all those years ago? Because I needed the experiences of the retail, the running pubs, the working in offices and insurance, all those things that helped me to connect with people, working my parents' hotel, all those things served a purpose to bring me to where I am today. And so everything has a purpose. Everything, every job we do, every experience we have, it has a purpose in our life to me, to help us to be the person that we should be and that we are here to be, and to bring the gifts that we bring. So purpose isn't just about, for me, Gift of Healing TV, the connection with the mythical realm, the vocal Reiki, the sound energy. And no doubt there are other things, but those three certainly appear to be the main in my life at the present. But it's not, my life hasn't been just about those. I needed to have everything before to bring me to the place. There's also the purpose of experiences that are your wake-up call, or whatever you want to call it, your healing journey, etc. So to me, purpose is very broad, and everything has a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, Sarah. Thank you for sharing that. And also thank you for sharing the other lovely things you do. I just spoke about the TV, but yes, the vocal Reiki and all of that, the sound healing. And I guess for me, purpose, I agree with everything you have said. And I think maybe more recently, I have just been simplifying it to myself and saying, well, really, the purpose is to be on the planet and be happy and to be love as much as one possibly can be in every situation. And that's not necessarily easy, and I don't do it all the time, but I do my very best to hold that energy. And, it's almost like, rather than purpose, I would say being, that is what we're being and doing on the planet. So that's the wee bit I would add in to what you've said. Bill, what do you feel about that? You've got the male perspective.
I would agree with Sarah Jane in everything she said, because it isn't about we have one purpose in life. I don't think we have one purpose. I think we have many purposes in life. And she's right when she's saying that every experience we have enables us to become more and more aware of that. I think the purpose of our lives, if we take it as a broad thing, a global version, the purpose of it is to raise our awareness to almost what is the word enlightenment, so that we're fully aware of everything that's going on around us, because there's so many other things going on around us that we don't see. And I think the more we are aware, the more we become conscious of things. And then you see what your purpose is. But I think we have many purposes, and I think when we look at the purpose of, as Sarah Jane was saying, it may be in a job or in a relationship or an event, something happens, perhaps an accident, God forbid, or whatever it might be. If we can look for the purpose of that, then we have a real opportunity to learn. And I think so many people don't look at it that way. They just see it as something happening to them, and they see themselves as to whatever happens, rather than thinking, there is a purpose to this, something that's to lead me to something else, and what is it? And I mean, I say this to my clients is, what is it you've learned from this? Whether it's a bad relationship or being fired from a job or having an accident. My question is, so what is it you've learned? Because when you learn something, then it leads you on to where your purpose is. You think that's one of my purposes, perhaps, is to be more kind, to be more giving, to be more loving, to whatever. Maybe that's one of my purposes in life. So that's what I would be thinking when I think of a purpose. And we have many. We have many purposes. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's lovely. We're all kind of speaking from the same perspective there, which is lovely. And it kind of leads us on to power, I feel. And when I write power like that, I mean personal power. You're saying awareness and consciousness. And I guess for me, as a self-empowerment, soul empowerment coach, it's about helping people understand that life isn't happening to them. They're the ones that are in charge, and they're co-creating with source, whatever they believe in, as it were, or know. So Bill, how does power come in then, in addition to the purpose? What would you add on to that?
Well, I could add on, when you mentioned power to me earlier, so we're going to be speaking of power, and it's interesting that we are in the middle of this election thing that's going on, and people are talking about who's going to be in power, next month, and what power are we taking back, etc., etc. They're always talking about power, and it isn't. To me, when we talk about the power that we're referring to tonight, it's not about power over somebody else. It's a power that we have within ourselves to achieve whatever it is we want to achieve in life. I think, again, a lot of people are not aware of that. They think that, well, I don't matter, and I don't have the ability to change. I don't have the ability to be something bigger and better, and this is where people don't recognize their own power. So it's the inner power, I suppose, is what we're really talking about, rather than the power that we exert on someone else or some other situation. I think when we acknowledge the power that we have to ourselves, nothing becomes a task. Everything becomes an opportunity. Everything becomes it can be exciting, rather than a challenge, rather than a problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where I would see power, and recognizing our own power. So many people have lost that, and I think our media have helped us to look to somebody else for who's in power, who's in charge. The answer is we are.
Yeah. And they've dumbed us down. We're not taking responsibility for our health, for every aspect of life. What would you like to add to that, Sarah?
I agree. I really do. And I think, it's great that we all sing from the same song sheet, but it is we have power of choice. We really do. And it's, many things happen within families, and some people will say, I took the easy option, but that's giving your power away. By not making a choice, you are giving your power away. By not saying no, by saying yes instead, when you really want to say no, you are giving your power away. And so we have to learn to use, and none of this is negative. Saying no isn't negative. Saying you are a powerful being doesn't mean that you're. Why do people have this strange belief around the word power? And the strongest power is love.
Yes, absolutely.
And love, and the strongest things are the gentlest things. The most powerful things are the gentlest things. There is so much power within that kindness, that generosity, that love, that caring. But it's realizing that in some cases that real power is within the tough love. That love that hurts to give, because you want the best for the individual, and you know that the best that you can do for them is that no. And so what do you think about the word power? And folks, this is the joy of doing it with the three, because my little shares, when I do the thoughtful nuggets and pearls, it is purely my thoughts, my feelings. And do you know what is wonderful? If there's anybody listening here, you have the power to say, don't agree with her, or I do agree with her, or actually I'm taking a little bit from each of you. You have the power of choice.
Yeah, I totally agree. And for me, Sarah, I would add on to that the power to choose to change. People can just keep plodding through life. I mean, the thought of what I used to do, going to the same place every day, day in, day out. As I look back at that, I can hardly wonder how I did it. But I did. Very much a program handed down to me, the work ethic as a young woman. And, I'm sure we've all had that. But then one day just saying, actually, I'm going to choose to change my life. And that the minute the universe even hears that thought, it just whole lot of opportunities. That's the word you're using, Bill. But it almost kicks a different fate, a different destiny into the ballpark. So I think love is incredibly powerful, but this change thing is also extremely powerful too. Just saying, okay, I am going to change. And the other thing I would like to add is about giving power away. Most of my clients, that is what I help them do, is actually call that power back, pulling it back, because it's like some of them give away parts of their soul. It's not just their power. They're actually in there, they're condoning somebody perhaps taking from them because they're misusing their power, they're abusing their power, bullying, whatever. So they're taking it away. So we all have the ability to recall our power. And I believe in voicing it. I know you do too, Sarah's, just to say that. I am recalling my power from wee Jimmy down the road who just did la, 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 and that now has no power over me, and just gather it back. Because I believe the universe is listening to every word that we say. In fact, I know that. I don't believe it. I actually know that that's the truth. So, because it happens so much in my own life. So it's a very powerful subject to talk about power. I feel in this world of ours, there is a great deal of misuse of power, the exploitation of people, and yet that is the shadow side of humanity. That's all we hear about on the media. On the other side of that, there is so much good going on. The light is already and has already won. And when we focus on that side of power, love power, change power, choice power, then we're going in the right direction. And I think that is reassuring for people to know and hear, because this must be one of the only platforms in the world, Sarah, that's actually putting out these positives, because the best of TV channels focusing on the other, because there are agendas there. So I'm going to move. Do you want to say anything else, Bill? Are you okay?
No.
Do you want to sing a song?
No, not yet.
Okay, right. Okay, we're moving along swiftly. We're getting to the big one now. It's passion. I'm going to kick this one off. I like this one. because, you know, it's so interesting. Sarah's wearing that lovely deep red. It looks deep red on our screen anyway. Sarah Jane, that maroon colour. Because to me, that just shrieks of the passion colour of the first chakra, our base chakra, yeah, and being really grounded in that. And of course, it's shrieking goddess to me. And when I think of goddess, yes, we could think of loads of goddesses, but most particularly, I think of Mother Earth. And, you know, we're so blessed here today. We've had the most wonderful day today, and all our trees are at last going green, these lovely, the crisp green colour of the new leaves, just beautiful. And, you know, just the richness, the lushness, everything about Mother Earth, the goddess, and the passion that she brings into life. And I'm just bringing out a set of divination cards that all went to bed today at printers and card manufacturers and everything. It's been quite hectic. And they're going to be born in the next week or two. And it's about the passion of creation for me. I just love creating things. I love writing, all that. So that's really what passion means to me. It's all about the goddess, and the goddess works with me just to keep creating, keep moving on. That somehow is what floats my boat. That's what really stimulates me in life, and writing and words and so. And I do it with passion. I love that. Writing silly wee songs, but you know, the silly wee songs are songs people can sing and use as affirmations, and it lights up the life a bit. So that's what passion is for me. How about you, Sarah? What's your passion?
Oh, my passion is the sound energy, is working with sound. I love Reiki. Reiki is definitely my first love. And so when it actually came to me that the sound energy is vocal Reiki, because the minute I was introduced to toning, it was just, I love it. How can I bring this into my work? What I do is my passion. I love working with our mythical friends. I really do. The dragons, having the dragon energies around, it just shows that the passion is there, because I have shared 2 different videos to do with meditation to meet your guardian dragon. The first one I've shared, the last time I looked a couple of days ago, 5,250 views of that video. And people are and and people are leaving me messages saying they've met their dragon or they haven't, and they're asking me questions. People are interacting with me because of what I have shared. So there is a real passion out there for dragons, for angels, for the unicorn, for the mermaids. There is a real passion out there for an aspect of life that has been hidden from us for so long, that has been in the background. And when I was given a poem, and I can't remember which one it was, I think it was probably the Gaia Mother Earth. The doors of the mythical realm are opening wide. And so there is so much more chance. And folks, if you watch these, I hope that you can get my passion for what I do, my guests' passion. I've just watched Patricia's passion as she's talked about the word passion, because that's what we have for what we do. Did I have any passion for working in my parents' hotel? No. Did I have any passion for retail? Yeah, I did at one stage. But it has helped me to do what I do by working in retail. It has helped me to be able to have stands at fairs and events. So it did bring about in me a passion. I enjoyed it. But no, not everything I've done. Working in a bar didn't didn't bring about any passion. Working in insurance didn't bring about any passion. So as you said earlier about that day to day, going into the office and coming home again, it's just like, yeah, no. But that doesn't give me any passion. But yet we've got those people. Everybody has something they can be passionate about, whether it's music. My father loved working for Southwest Water Authority as a civil engineer. He loved his job. He had an absolute passion for it. There are passionate architects. There are people have passions, and there are many out there, and they are brilliant at what they do. And that is find the passion in your life. Mhm. Yep. Yeah. There's I'm just doing another thoughtful nuggets and pearls tomorrow night, strengths and weaknesses. And so sort of anybody wants to join in tomorrow night, come and join me. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Namaste.